personally, I had a lot of professors try and talk me out of doing marketing. A YouTube channel and my Instagram page is really what got me my job. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Kate, and if you're not, then welcome back and welcome to another video. So today I'm doing a very highly requested video. It is a marketing style Q&A video. So I recently graduated from Quinnipiac University in Connecticut and I studied marketing. So I just completed my 4 years of marketing and I kind of just wanted to share with you guys a little bit about my degree. If any of you are thinking about getting a degree, I'm going to answer a couple of questions about like my advice with marketing, what you can do in marketing, why I chose marketing, and then I'm going to answer a couple of like highly requested questions that I got as well. So I did a little Q&A on my Instagram, so if you guys don't follow me over there, definitely go ahead and follow me so you don't miss out on opportunities to ask questions when I do Q&As or just to see my life, because I do post a lot on there. So if you guys aren't following me there, go ahead and follow me. And yeah, anyway, with that being said, I think I'm just going to jump in because I feel like this might be a slightly longer video, but I'll try and get through everything as quick as I can so I can kind of get to the point and give you guys the answers that you want. Okay, so I guess first of all, we'll kind of just start with why I chose marketing. So originally, I actually did a degree, well not a whole degree, I actually started in nutrition and I did about 2 years of nutrition school in Australia, and then I moved over here and wasn't really sure what to do with my life. I had no idea, and then I actually went and saw a career counselor, and he was the one who was like, I can totally see you in business, and we just had this amazing conversation, and I took a bunch of quizzes and everything like that. So I guess if you're unsure with what you want to do with your life, I would probably suggest talking to a career counselor. I personally found it so helpful and would recommend that anyone go and see a career counselor. It's just really great to have like, know your ideas are good and just like reinforce your decisions, I guess. So he was super helpful, but he kind of just said like, I can picture you in business. And from there, I'd always had a lot of positions in sales, and I really loved like connecting with people, speaking to people, helping them with their problems. So kind of like a sales role. So that's kind of what drew me to the business world, was my love for sales. And from there, I started my YouTube channel and I got really into social media and getting creative and just the other side of business. So I kind of just decided to go with marketing. So that's pretty much my reason for doing a marketing degree, was I love the more creative side. I love social media. I love that kind of stuff. And then also just the more like sales aspect. I love talking with people and just like helping them with their problems. So that's kind of why I chose marketing. Okay, so then the next question was, what classes did I take? So I figured I would kind of get this one out of the way. So obviously, if you guys are in high school, you maybe wouldn't know too much about college and college classes, but you obviously don't take all of your classes in marketing. You kind of do a broader study with a couple classes in marketing. So for my university, I know we had some specific university classes we had to take. So we had to take a first year seminar class. I'm looking at my phone if you guys are wondering. I wrote it all down. We had to take 2 English classes and a math class. Those were like the basic like university stuff we had to take. And then I guess it depends on what school you go to as well, because in my school, marketing is considered part of the business school, and it's a Bachelor of Science. So you actually have to take a lot of different business courses, which personally I loved, but I know some schools do marketing as more of the communication side, so you don't do as many like business stuff like finance and accounting and all of that stuff. But honestly, I found that so useful and so helpful. So I'm actually really happy with how I did my degree. I did it, I took a ton of business classes rather than doing it the communications way. But again, everyone's different. But some of the business classes I had to take, I'll list them all out for you guys, but I had to take 2 accounting classes, I had to take a law class, 2 economics classes, advanced stats, finance, international business, I think at least 2 or 3 management classes, and then a marketing principles class. Those were like the School of Business classes that you had to take, but I honestly really found those very useful. I think it's just good to have a general knowledge of all of these business courses, and I personally really liked them. With marketing, you definitely have to do some math, so don't let that scare you, but you do mostly like statistics, and I took advanced statistics, which was pretty hard, I'm not gonna lie, but you can definitely do it. You kind of just have to buckle down and do it. But even in my like job that I do today, I still use math, I still use like advanced statistics. So I would just like, you know, it's just something you have to do. So I guess just go into marketing knowing that you're probably going to need to know how to do some math. But honestly, I think those like business core requirements that you have to take are really helpful. Always checking up on me. Hey, babe. Anyway, so we'll get into all of the marketing classes that I had to take. These were the more like fun, actual part of your marketing degree that you get to take. So I got to take consumer behavior. That was super interesting, just about how people buy things, and it was just really interesting. Marketing research, so that's another thing I had to take. Marketing analytics, integrated marketing communications, marketing channels and distributions, which is really just logistics. Product pricing and strategy, and I did a seminar in marketing. So that was my capstone. So it's a lot of like really broad things. And then from there, we were allowed to have electives. You were allowed to take 2 electives, and you could obviously choose anything. Depending on what you want to do with your degree, you could do more like sales orientated ones, or you could do more like research ones, but I chose the more like fun ones that I wanted to do. So I took internet marketing and I took advertising because I thought those were 2 really interesting courses, and I really loved those ones. So I was happy with my choices for electives, but those are like the basic marketing classes that you get to take, and then you kind of get to pick your electives from there. So another question I got was, what can you do with a marketing degree? So you can definitely do a lot of different things. I kind of wrote down a couple that you can do with your degree. If you guys don't already know, I'm a digital marketer, so you can do that. You can be a marketing manager, a brand manager. You could go into social media, digital marketing, like I said. You could go into search engine marketing and SEO marketing, which definitely is super interesting. I really liked learning about that in my internet marketing class, so that's another route that you could take. You could obviously go more into the advertising section. I know you can do an entire degree on advertising, but I like just doing a marketing degree because I feel like it's so broad, and you do get to take advertising classes, so you can take as many as you want. And then market research, which to me like didn't really interest me. That's more of like the math side. I'm pretty sure you can get paid a lot for doing like market research, but it just wasn't what I really wanted to do. I wanted to do more of the fun kind of stuff like digital marketing and social media, and that's just like really what I like, but it's different for everyone. And then of course you can do sales. I know a lot of people who go into marketing get into sales, so you can definitely do that as well. I used to love working in sales, but I'm glad that I'm doing something more creative now. I definitely didn't want to be like stuck in a sales position where, you know, you earn a lot of your paycheck from commissions. So personally, I just didn't want to do that, but it depends on who you are. Maybe you really want to get into that. So yeah. So now we're going to get into the advice section of the Q&A. So I had a couple of things that I just wanted to say because I feel like, I don't know, there's just some things that I wanted to say to you guys. So the first being, don't let people talk you out of getting a marketing degree. I know personally, I had a lot of professors try and talk me out of doing marketing, especially my economics professor. He really wanted me to go into economics or do something more than being the typical girl in business who wants to be creative. You know, he was like a little bit down on marketing, and obviously it really depends on what you want to do, but if this is something you really want to do, just stick with it, and it is worth it. I know a lot of people just talk badly about marketing. They think it's easy. I don't think it's easy. I think it's interesting, and I just personally really liked it, and I'm glad I got the degree that I got. It's very fitting for who I am as a person, so just don't let people talk you out of doing it. But again, you have all of those backups, those business classes, which I really like if I ever wanted to switch out of it, which I don't think I'll ever want to do, but just don't let people talk you out of it, because I'm sure a lot of people will try to. So my professor was like, you can do so much more with your life, and you can make more money doing this and that. but it just, you know, you gotta love your job, and I wouldn't want to, you know, change it or do anything else. So yeah. Okay, so another thing that I wanted to say was that a marketing degree isn't just all creative. There is a lot of math that goes into it. You have to do a lot of courses that you're probably not going to enjoy, but it is worth it because it depends what you want to do with your degree. You can definitely go and do something more creative with your degree, but while you're studying, you're going to have to do a lot of stuff that you probably don't want to do, like product pricing and strategy. I hated that class. I think it was because of the professor, but that was probably the most boring class I ever took in my life. But you're just going to do a lot of stuff. You're going to have to do a lot of math. I took a lot of math in college, advanced statistics. It's pretty hard, but just, you know, it's not all fun and games, but go in knowing that you just need to get it done and just have those background and those skills, and you'll be fine. So then my next piece of advice is to definitely go ahead and get an internship. I think this is so like valuable. You are gonna learn so much, and my internship that I did this year obviously ended in me getting a position with them, but I learned a lot in my internship, and I would highly recommend you guys do it. I know my program, I didn't have to get an internship, but I think if you want to come out of college with a job offer, I would highly recommend getting some experience behind you. It's very interesting, and from there you can kind of go in knowing if this is something you want to do full time. You know, maybe you do a market research internship and you find out that that's not really what you want to do. At least you know that, but I would highly recommend doing that, or at a minimum shadowing someone. I don't think anyone's really going to say no to you, but find someone who works at, you know, a business that you really want to work in, or a position that you really want to work in, you know, in your town or the surrounding areas, and just email them and ask them like, hey, would you mind if I shadowed you for the day or for a week or whatever it is, or if I shadow you for a couple days over the next month or something, and just kind of see what they do in their day-to-day so that you can see if this is something you would potentially like to do, and you can learn, you know, a lot from them. Maybe it'll stem into an internship, but I would just recommend, you know, putting yourself out there. The worst they can say is no, but I definitely think experience is so necessary. So definitely try and push yourself and get an internship or go and shadow with someone so you know what it's going to be like in the real world. So my next bit of advice is more about like how to get yourself to stand out when you are applying for jobs. So I would definitely, there's some things you can do as well. So for me, I did a couple of Google certifications for AdWords. I found that that was really helpful. They're free, so it doesn't cost you anything to get them, but it just adds on these Google certifications. It says you know what you're doing, and you just have these behind you, and they're free to get, so why not get them? So I would highly recommend doing that so you can put it on your resume. And then another thing is, if you are into social media and YouTube like I am, put it on your resume. That's honestly the reason I got my internship, was because my boss was like, can I take a look at your YouTube and Instagram? And I was like, sure, you know, go for it, blah, blah, blah. And that's the reason I got this job, not even gonna lie. So if you guys do that, don't be afraid to put it on your resume. It shows that you are different to just an average marketing student, and you actually put your degree behind and you put your degree into practice when you're doing these kind of things. So I would recommend that. Or even if you wanted to take over the social media of like your local smoothie shop, see if you can do that, and you can add that to your resume so you can show people that you know what you're doing with social media, obviously if that's something that you want to do. But I would recommend just trying to do those kind of things just to make yourself stand out and be different from every other person who's going to be applying with the same degree as you. Okay, so I have a couple more questions that I wanted to cover. These were pretty common ones. So did I ever consider changing my major? No, I already did. I changed from nutrition to marketing. So once I was in marketing, I knew this was what I wanted to do, and I definitely don't regret doing it, and I didn't ever want to change. So next one. What is my dream job from this degree? That would be definitely working in social media, just doing my love of like YouTube and Instagram. I love social media, creating strategies and just like posting. I don't know, I just absolutely love social media and the world of it. My absolute dream job. I love my job right now. I love digital marketing. I do get to do social media as well, but I think later in life, my dream job would be to do social media full-time, and probably for just like a really fun brand, like a clothing brand or a jewelry brand, something that allows me to be really creative and do kind of what I'm doing now. So that would be my dream job for sure. Okay, another question was, what was my favorite class? Definitely internet marketing. I found that so useful. It was just amazing. I learned all about search engine marketing, search engine optimization. I learned about social media and just the history of the internet and just how the internet works. And I found it so interesting, and that was definitely my favorite class. If you guys are at Quinnipiac doing marketing or you want to, that was my favorite class. The professor is amazing, and I looked forward to those classes, so put it that way. I loved everything that we learned. Okay, so then the last question that I'm gonna answer, because this is getting a little bit long, is what experience in college helped you get a job post-grad? Honestly, that would be my YouTube channel. Like I said, my YouTube channel and my Instagram page is really what got me my job. I mean, I had very good grades. I got Dean's List every single semester. I graduated magna cum laude, so I did really well, but a lot of people do really well, so you need to stand out even more. Good grades isn't enough. You need experience, and just having my YouTube channel and just really branding myself and building myself an audience, that's really what got me my job doing what I do now. So obviously that got me my internship, and then from my internship, obviously my boss liked my work and everything, and it turned into a full-time position. So I don't know, just having extracurriculars, just that makes you stand out. I wasn't afraid to say, hey, I do YouTube and Instagram, and my boss loved it, and that's what got me my job. So if you do that, just don't be afraid to put it on your resume. If anything, it just really helps you, and it helps stand out. So it helps you stand out. So yeah, anyway, those are all the questions that I'm going to be answering for today's marketing Q&A. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to leave them down below. If you are considering doing a marketing major, if you're someone in high school or you're someone who is wanting to switch into a marketing degree, highly recommend it. And I'm so happy that I did the degree that I did. I love what I get to do. It's creative, it's fun, I work with a fun team, and I really love what I do. So I would highly recommend doing a degree in marketing. I don't think you can go wrong, especially if you're getting those core business things behind you as well. Yeah, I just highly recommend it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, of course, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to see more digital marketing days in my life and all of that kind of stuff. So again, if you guys have any videos that you want to see from me, just leave them in the comments below. And yeah, I'm excited to do a lot more marketing content now that I'm working full-time as a digital marketer. So stay tuned for more days in the life of a digital marketer, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye everyone.